head coach Ryan Odom, senior guard Joe Bamisile, senior guard Zeb Jackson. We'll start with an opening statement from coach, then we'll go to questions for the student athletes. We do have microphones, so just raise your hand, we'll get the mic to you. Give name and affiliation before asking your question. We'll dismiss the students and go to questions for Coach Odom. Coach, if you want to start with an opening statement?
Sure. Congratulations, Coach Dambrot and his team, staff. They've been playing great basketball, not just in tonight's game, but throughout. I think it's 8 in a row for them, down the stretch. So we knew it was going to be a very tough, game for us. We were hoping it was going to be tough both ways. Certainly it did get tough in the second half. The first half, they threw the first punch. They were the more physical team. They were a more aggressive team. You could tell right away, the defensive rebounding was an issue. And we never really settled in. We kept it, I can't really tell you it was close enough, but we did get it, to a workable margin by the end of the half. And we just had to come out of half, raring to go. Kicking myself a little bit about the 2-3 zone. They were 100% against the 2-3 zone in the first half, and that gave them a few. Not gave them. They earned the baskets, but a couple of threes and a basket in and around the rim that were hurtful, to us. Their defensive intensity and pressure bothered us early in the game and throughout the first half. Couldn't get as organized as we needed to get in order to move them a little bit, screen them, to try to get our guys free. Joe kind of willed some baskets there for us in the first half in a very aggressive way, and was able to help us there. Certainly the turnovers and then the offensive rebounding, to end the game. And the inability for us, when we got them to take some really hard shots around the rim, or the drop off late, to the big. We talked a lot before the game about getting them in the air and then stealing the ball when they would drop it off. And for whatever reason, we got some, but we certainly didn't get the timely ones that we needed given the margin. And we didn't have a margin of error, in terms of that we needed. It was too tight, from a time perspective, and then they came up with the key baskets they needed to, and the fouls, obviously the free throws there, to stretch the margin. The 3 was big by 7. That was a huge shot, to give them some breathing room. That's what tends to happen, in championship basketball. Those types of shots are devastating. Completely pleased with some of the shots that we got, down the stretch, and they just didn't go down for us. We had some open ones that we've been making that didn't go in. But credit to our guys for finding a way to make it a one-possession game there late and having a chance to win. Not a lot of teams. I've seen a lot of these conference championship games, and when you get down by that margin, sometimes it continues to steamroll. And this team wouldn't have it. They were going to put their best foot forward and go for it, because we have great kids in that locker room, and they began to create some momentum and positivity and fight that I'm really proud of. But certainly tonight is Duquesne's night, and we know that they'll represent our league well in the NCAA tournament.
All right, at this time we'll take questions for the student athletes, Joe and/or Zeb. Starting here on the island, row 2.
Zach Joaquin, Richmond Times-Dispatch. Zeb, you had 2 threes go in and out there at the end. Did it feel like you guys were that close, one shot away from getting a lead?
For sure. Possibly, like Coach said, we definitely wanted to make sure we fought into the end, but we know there's a lot of other stuff we could have did a lot better, like those late dump offs or like defensive rebound and stuff like that. So I just think going forward, it's a lot that we can learn from this game.
All the way in the back.
Lancaster with CBS 6 in Richmond. Joe, was it as difficult as it looked there in the second half, offensively and defensively? It just looked like the game just slogged along. How difficult was it to be on the court?
It's an interesting question. I think basketball in general is a hard sport, and when two teams are competing for a championship, it doesn't look pretty. I'm looking at the box score. They missed more than we did. They made a couple more threes than we did, but it was just an ugly game on both sides, and not all the time is basketball pretty.
Any more? We have another question here in row 2 on the
Zach Joachim, Richmond Times Dispatch. Guys, take us inside the run after the stoppage when the streamers fell. It seemed like you guys got some momentum there and got some things going. What changed in the game that you guys were able to get back into it after that?
Start with Zeb, and then we'll go to Joe on that one.
It was just important for us, like I said, to just not give up. We talk about being connected all the time. We did throughout the entire season. And that was a point in time where we knew it wasn't time to give up, and we wanted to come together and be more connected during that time. So I think that was really dope to really just see all of us come together and really be on the same page and want to win the game. And that run was a huge part of the game.
And Joe?
I agree. I think we just believed that we could win, and unfortunately, we could have done a couple more things, but I'm proud of us for continuing to believe even when it seemed impossible.
Back here in the third row on the end on this side.
Ed Wilson, Commonwealth Times. This is for you, Zeb. Transferred in here from Michigan last 2 years with VCU. How could you really sum up your career since you are a senior?
I would like to start by saying I don't know if I'm done yet. So I would say it's definitely been a roller coaster. Definitely been a lot of ups and downs. I'm extremely blessed and grateful because I know God doesn't make any mistakes. So everything I've been through has just made me a better person on and off the court. It's taught me a lot. This year, I was just telling all my coaches and teammates, like, I've learned more than I can imagine in less than a year. And it's just been an awesome experience. I've met a bunch of awesome people. And yeah, it's just, I'm super proud of what our guys have been through and overcome throughout the entire season. And it was just amazing to see, to be honest.
Do one more for the student athletes in the back again.
You guys both had to kind of buy in to Coach Odom in his first year. How proud are you? I know it's tough in context right now, but how proud are you guys collectively of what you were able to do and come together to accomplish everything that you've accomplished this year?
Start with Joe on this one, and then Zeb after that.
What do they call it, like moral victory? They say not to take moral victories, but with everything we faced, we had a group of guys from a lot of different places that came together, and internally you would have thought that we've known each other for so long, and that's a testament to the kind of guys Coach brings in, and brings in our program, and obviously this isn't great, but I don't think the result changes what we have in our locker room, so I think that's a blessing.
And Zeb?
I think Joe said it really well. I think these coaches, when they came in with just an amazing culture, and really knew how to connect with us. And to me, I thought it was just really fun. They made it easy for us as players, and yeah, we knew it would take some time. And from the coaches all the way down to the players, everyone just stuck with it, and over time, there was a lot of growth. So yeah, I'm proud of everybody.
Okay.